supertraining.tv. Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. I want to thank everybody out there for participating in supertraining.tv, showing your support for the Power Project as well. We're hitting people from all over the world. Got some soldiers who sent me a reply on Super Training Gym Facebook fan page, and they said they're really fired up. They all gather around their computer, and they get around the one computer that has a YouTube feed, and they watch every episode of the Power Project, and they watch every single supertraining.tv episode that we put out. And I really appreciate the feedback, and we appreciate the interest. So keep the questions coming in. That's what this thing's all about. We're trying to reach as many people as we can, not just powerlifters. We're trying to reach everybody, because strength is a key element of life. When your strength runs out, you're fucking dead. So don't forget that. Here's Damon Thurman going with a low box squat. You're going to see each person in this video here. Not each person, but you see many different exercises being performed as each person is trying to perform what they feel is going to help them the best. Here's Silent Mike going, shh. Silent Mike's doing kind of a lower box squat there into the squishy foam. Tara Getty's pulling against some bands. And there's David trying to pull in his suit. And there's Mr. Robot Pants pulling over 500 pounds against some quadded up mini bands, which give you approximately an extra 220 pounds to the top of the lift. So according to my calculations, that was at least 900 pounds at the top. Now, it's probably more, somewhere in the neighborhood of 700 pounds. Good strong pull from Mr. Robot Pants. There's David Butt Squish going again, working in his suit. Here comes Ryan Cove, aka Jew Boy, working on his squats. Ryan's had a really interesting training cycle. It's been kind of fun to watch his progression. He's been, kind of mixing in the raw work as well as getting new gear. And he's a relatively new lifter. He hasn't been powerlifting for all that long, but he's kind of going about things the right way in a lot of ways. So it's good to see. Good to see him learning. Good to see him making progress. And I feel like he's ready to have a strong meet. There's Butt Squish going again. Not sure how much weight that is. Looks like it's around 550 or so. Could have been a little bit more. I don't know. Here's Riley. It looks like Riley told me he struggled on this day. Wasn't sure why. Sometimes you want to put a lot of stake into that. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want to just kind of forget the day ever happened and just chalk it up as a bad day. And if you repeat it again, then you got to really start asking yourself some questions and try to figure it out. But he was frustrated with that day. There's Richard Lickerson going there, doing some repetitions. Looks like he's got about 405 on there. Could be a little bit more. We got Cove going again here. Always has great form on his box squats. And then he kind of takes that form and reproduces it when he does his regular squats, as you saw there. That box was pushed back and he didn't use the box there. There's Silent Mike going again. Shh. And here's Butt Squish going again. If you're in a bad position from the bottom, it makes it very hard to lock the weights out, and that's what David was experiencing there. He was getting rounded over by his suit. His suit was kind of in his way. On our max effort nights, we do 1 to 2 heavy barbell movements, and we follow that up with assistance work. We do something for the lower back, something for the hamstrings, something for the abs, and then we're out the door. Sometimes what you do for the hamstrings and sometimes what you do for the lower back is kind of the same thing. Sometimes you can knock out, you kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can do stiff leg deadlifts and you get your lower back and your hamstrings. A lot of times these exercises are finished off with, if you did a squat, you might do a speed pull. If you did a squat, you might switch over to a good morning. If you started out with a squat, you might do some stiff leg deadlifts. If you started out with a deadlift, odds are you're probably going to move into doing some form of a squat for like a max set of 5 or something like that, um, or possibly just even more deadlifting, as you saw uh, Matt Nickerson doing on that last clip where he was doing repetitions. So sometimes our quote-unquote secondary movement is the first dairy movement, and we just change it and do repetitions with it. Looks like Ryan is using the box there. Just had a weird perspective on it before, I think. But he's got some new briefs that he's been working in, and it takes a little while to get the feel for that. Luckily, Jessica shaved her balls for this exercise. That's always important. We got Riley going again. You know, if you have a bad day, if you have a day where, you know, things just aren't feeling right, you could switch over to some repetition work as he's doing here. You could switch to a completely different exercise. You could try a new exercise. That's always the best thing. If you really feel like crap going into the gym, the surefire way to walk away with a PR is to do something you've never done before, and then you can pat yourself on the back for having accomplished a PR in a lift that you never tried before. Good strong squat there from Ryan Juteboy Cove. Jessica going there with around 300 pounds, looked like. Got Chris going with around 400 pounds there. Another good strong squat from Jessica. You can see she's pimping out the 2XU gear as well. And if you want to go to 2XU.com and get a discount, then you can go right ahead. You type in capital PFT0100. You get 10% off and free shipping. That was Jim McDonald hitting up some pulls. There's Jessica going again. Here's Jim. I think he finishes off this night with around a 560 pull or 550 pull. Good strong pull for him, especially after coming off a bunch of injuries. Here's Lisa working on some squats. Here's Jim going again. I think this might be the 565 or so that he ended up doing. Good strong lockout, finished it, held it at the top, and that is it from supertraining.tv. Later.